What if the wall behind your TV is quietly telling guests more about you than any other room in your house, and right now, it's saying absolutely nothing at all? Quick thing before we dive in, if you love spaces that actually feel designed instead of default, hit like right now, subscribe so you catch every trend we cover, and share this with someone who's staring at a blank living room wall, wondering what to do with it. For years, the TV wall was treated as an afterthought. Mount the screen, maybe throw up a shelf, call the room finished. That era is officially over. In 2026, the TV wall has become the single most important design decision in the entire living room, the first thing people notice the moment they walk in, and the detail that quietly separates a house that looks nice from a house that looks intentional, considered, and genuinely put together. It's no longer just a place to hang a screen. It's the emotional centerpiece of the room, the backdrop for every movie night, every holiday gathering, every quiet evening at home. Today we're breaking down 10 TV wall trends defining this year, from dramatic natural materials to lighting systems that respond to your mood, and by the end, you'll know exactly which direction fits your space, your budget, and your personality. The first trend is the floating panel wall, and it's exactly as striking as it sounds. Instead of mounting your TV directly onto flat, plain paint, designers are building a custom architectural frame around it, crafted from materials like walnut veneer, smoked oak, or matte lacquered wood that appears to hover slightly away from the wall behind it, almost like it's suspended in midair. The trick behind this illusion is something called a shadow gap, a thin, dark line left deliberately between the panel and the wall that tricks your eye into believing the entire structure is floating rather than mounted flush. Combine that visual trick with hidden cable channels built directly into the woodwork so every wire disappears completely from view, and you get a setup that looks less like ordinary furniture and more like a genuine piece of architecture built into the room itself. The second trend brings raw, natural stone back into the spotlight, but in a completely reinvented form. Forget the heavy, dated stone accent walls from a decade ago that felt bulky and outdated almost as soon as they were installed. Today's version uses ultra-thin porcelain slabs, some barely 6 millimeters thick, engineered to replicate the look of quartzite, travertine, or calicotta marble with almost photographic precision, right down to the natural veining. These slabs often run floor to ceiling in one seamless, uninterrupted sheet, transforming your TV wall into something that feels closer to a gallery installation than an ordinary living room feature. The most popular combinations this year pair warm beige stone tones with black matte fixtures for contrast, or cool white marble look stone with brushed brass hardware for a slightly softer, more elegant finish. Some designers are even mixing two different stone finishes side by side on the same wall, creating a bold visual contrast that frames the television like a piece of art hanging in a museum. The third trend is layered LED lighting that actually responds to your life instead of just sitting there as background glow. Backlighting used to mean a single plain white strip stuck behind the screen, functional but forgettable. Now it's evolved into a full lighting ecosystem, subtle bias lighting directly behind the TV, architectural light coves built into the cabinetry above and below the unit, and soft grazing light along the floor that highlights the texture of the wall itself. These systems now connect directly to smart home platforms, meaning the lighting can shift automatically depending on what's playing on screen. Deep amber and crimson tones pulsing during an action movie, soft candle-like warmth glowing gently during a quiet evening in with a book instead. The wall stops being a static backdrop and starts feeling genuinely alive, almost like it's breathing along with whatever mood you're trying to create in the room. The fourth trend pairs warm wood with matte black hardware, a combination that simply refuses to go out of style no matter how many design cycles pass. Picture deep, smoked oak cabinetry paired with thin, hairpin black steel shelving brackets, or rich American walnut paneling, broken up by sleek black aluminum trim and recessed handles. The wood keeps the entire room feeling warm, grounded, and human, never cold or sterile. The black adds sharp definition, quiet drama, and just enough visual tension to keep things interesting. Together, this pairing strikes a balance that works beautifully in almost any home, whether your personal style leans Scandinavian, industrial, contemporary, or somewhere comfortably in between all three. The fifth trend brings the fireplace directly into the TV wall itself, and designers have finally cracked the code on making this combination look intentional rather than awkwardly squeezed in as an afterthought. The key is a slim, horizontal fireplace, usually well under 2 feet tall, built directly into the lower section of the wall, flanked on either side by floating shelves or closed cabinetry, with the television mounted centered above in a matching dark frame. The result is two glowing focal points stacked cleanly together, flickering fire glowing below, bright screen above, creating a layered sense of warmth and comfort that a television sitting alone on a blank wall could never come close to delivering on its own. If you're enjoying this so far, drop a comment telling us which of these first 5 trends you'd actually bring into your own living room. We genuinely read every single one, and it helps shape exactly what we cover in future videos. The 6th trend is vertical fluted paneling, a texture that has quietly taken over high-end interiors over the past few years and shows absolutely no sign of slowing down in 2026. Originally borrowed from classical architecture centuries ago, fluting is that repeated pattern of narrow vertical grooves running side by side, now reimagined in modern materials like oak veneer, natural marble, smooth plaster, and even colored resin for a bolder, more contemporary look. On a TV wall, fluted paneling usually appears flanking either side of the screen, or as a full textured backdrop stretching behind a floating TV shelf unit. What makes this detail so genuinely effective is the way it plays with natural and artificial light throughout the day, catching subtle shadows differently depending on the hour, giving what would otherwise be a completely flat wall an almost three-dimensional, living quality that shifts constantly without you ever noticing it happening. The 7th trend turns your television into part of a much larger, curated art display, rather than letting it dominate the room as the singular loudest object in it. This idea builds on what frame-style televisions first introduced years ago, but designers in 2026 are taking it much further, creating entire custom niches of varying depths and sizes that house the television alongside ceramics, framed prints, or sculptural decorative objects arranged thoughtfully around it. Some of these niches even include their own adjustable lighting tracks, allowing homeowners to recreate the entire display seasonally, swapping out pieces the way you might refresh a gallery wall throughout the year. The television quietly stops being the loudest thing in the room and becomes just one carefully considered piece within a much richer, more intentional composition. The 8th trend takes the completely opposite approach, embracing radical simplicity instead of layered detail. This is the rise of the Japandi-inspired TV wall, a thoughtful blend of Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian restraint that has genuinely reshaped how many homeowners think about this space. Picture a single, natural material, textured linen, smooth plaster, or pale ash wood, covering the entire wall with absolutely no ornamentation added on top. Often, the television itself hides completely behind a sliding panel when it isn't in use, disappearing entirely from view. There's no open shelving cluttering the space, no displayed objects competing for attention, perhaps just a single ceramic vase resting quietly on the floor nearby. In a world absolutely full of visual noise everywhere you look, this kind of wall feels like a genuine, deep exhale the moment you walk into the room. The 9th trend softens everything with curves, a welcome shift after years of sharp, unforgiving rectangular walls dominating living room design. Arched niches and gently rounded cabinetry are finally having their long overdue moment in 2026. The boldest version of this trend is a full arched recess built directly into the wall, painted in a deep, moody accent color like terracotta, sage green, or midnight blue, with the television set flush inside it and cabinetry curving gently to follow the arch at the base. Even a small design choice, like simply rounding the corners of a TV panel instead of keeping them sharp and angular, can instantly make an entire wall feel noticeably warmer, softer, and far more inviting to spend time near. The 10th and final trend is the disappearing TV wall, designed so seamless and thoughtful you'd genuinely never guess a television was hiding there at all until it's switched on. This includes clever motorized systems that lift the screen smoothly from within a low sideboard, mirrored televisions that look like an ordinary floor-length looking glass until they power on, and full-wall cabinetry where the television panel is completely indistinguishable from the surrounding cabinet doors until you press a button and it silently pivots open on a hidden hinge. It's the ultimate expression of a home that prioritizes looking effortlessly beautiful first, and only reveals its functions second, precisely when you actually need it. So there you have it, 10 completely different directions your TV wall could take this year, ranging from dramatic natural stone slabs and responsive glowing light systems, all the way to the quiet, confident restraint of a wall that hides its television entirely from view. What all 10 of these trends genuinely share in common isn't a specific material, a particular color palette, or even a shared price point. It's intention. Every single one of these approaches treats the TV wall as a real, meaningful design decision in its own right, not something squeezed in as an afterthought once the sofa and furniture had already arrived and the room felt unfinished without it. Before we wrap up, it's worth remembering that the best TV wall for your home isn't necessarily the boldest or most expensive option on this entire list. It's the one that actually matches how you live day to day. If you host often, a fireplace combination or a fully integrated display niche might bring people into the room and keep them there long after the movie ends. If your home is your quiet retreat away from a busy world outside, the Japandi approach might genuinely be the most meaningful choice you could make, offering calm instead of stimulation. And if you're renting or working within a tighter budget, even small details borrowed from these trends, a shadow gap here, a warm LED strip there, softly rounded corners on an existing shelf, can meaningfully shift the entire feeling of a room without requiring a full renovation or a designer's budget behind it. So which one caught your eye the most out of everything we covered today? Save this video before you forget it entirely. Share it with someone who's been staring at a blank wall for months, wondering where to even begin. And if you want more genuine design inspiration like this, delivered every single week, subscribe now so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for watching, and here's to a living room that finally feels completely, unmistakably yours.